TSC trying to climb the table here, an 8-5-0 contest. No place to do it than the present. This is the best time. We have an opportunity to get those points here at home, and why not get it rolling? So the captain, Johnny Fitzgerald, is going to be rocking and rolling everything for us. Of course, with the captain goes the ship here, Joe. And we're going to be off and away. He's going to dish it back. TSC's going to pass it around the back end, but we're hoping for an exciting affair down from Gene Cox Stadium. Like we said, the second time these two teams are meeting here on this young season. So off and away here for TSC. And it'll be out for a throw-in for the Florida Roots. Of course, who are wearing white and black tonight. Tallahassee in all gold. So, Adrian, of course, we heard about some great pregame festivities. How are the people down there?
The people are amazing. We had so much fun at our little gathering. We can't call it a tailgate.
There you go.
But we had so many fun people. One of the best things I think about being part of this soccer family and supporting the Battle Lions is that it's really such a family-friendly environment. There are so many kids, so many, we've got our tweens and our teens and people of all ages, and it's just so much fun. Everyone gets to hang out a little bit before the game, and then we all get to come in and cheer together, and we absolutely love it.
There you go. Great atmosphere. That's what it's all about, and that's what they're trying to build, a community event that's family-friendly, as we had a good save by Bosco Perry to start things off, throw-in. And it looks like the Florida Roots want to start fast as they square it off. I believe that's Beasley. Once again, we have no roster for the Florida Roots. That was not presented to us up here in the press box. So we'll.
Can I make up names?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
We want to be careful with it, but we can get things rolling for TSC. We do know our boys in all gold. We got the Saturday Golds out here. Chambers, number 5, here bringing up the defense for TSC. Looking for some service over the top. Looking for the youngster Ryan Daunt. Heads it through to Blankenship. This one's going to be one off the back here. Cousin Cy will give some pursuit here near side. And it'll be won by Joey P. Joey Peralta. Johnny Fitzgerald. Of course, the Akron man. He is up and healthy this week. Of course, we were told a little bit of a stomach bug last week. Him, Andrew Daunt, one of 4 players back into the fold this week that were not feeling so great last week against Southern States.
Now, we had an injury last week, yeah?
A couple of different injuries, but yeah, to your point, we did talk about it pregame. Adrian Perez, torn ACL, the one that happened really early, out for the year. That's going to be long-term, so heartbreaker for him. He was really just kind of getting his TSC feet going here in the early going. So 3rd minute of action. Of course, still scoreless. TSC got to be on their toes here. Of course, this was a Florida Roots team that came after him early. It was a 3-0 game at halftime. Here's Ryan Daunt, and then U19 member centering ball is deflected over the top. And Adrian, we talked about early goals. Almost had one there.
Oh, man. There's going to be a lot of me trying to not yell. This is like an exercise in self-control for me today.
There you go.
Because I get very animated.
Far side. Ryan, I like his speed here.
Oh, yeah.
He had a great shot opportunity. If it doesn't get deflected, it could have gone in right there at the corner.
Absolutely. Nice little centering ball. Of course, did have a TSC member in here, but it looks like Ryan will take it. He's a natural lefty, so this will be an in-swinger going back towards goal. 6 TSC Battle Lions in the box. Chambers with a header just over the top corner. How about TSC on the attack early, gang? I love when Chambers gets up in the mix. That's something he's done all season long from the center back role, but set play opportunities, a chance for TSC, who this season has been on the back foot of a lot of ball games. You talk about them playing the best 3 teams in the league already from a season ago. An opportunity to get some scoring chances. Chambers says we'll go up and get those. An attacking prod here and out of play right in front of the Florida Roots bench. So Mike Zamora, good to see him up and at him. Of course, clearing all necessary concussion protocols. If you remember last week, he went down in the late 48th plus minute. Service over the top, looking for Ryan Daunt. Oh, he goes in, tries to flick it over the keeper, and this one will be up and out of play for TSC throwing.
I got to tell you something, Andrew. Anytime I see one of our players in advance of the rest of the field, I get very concerned that it's going to be offsides. And I'm also concerned that I don't know what offsides is, much like Ted Lasso.
There you go. There you go. So for the people at home who don't know, of course, you need 2 defenders behind you, either level to you or behind you. So it could be 1 defender and 1 goalkeeper, or it could be 2 players, but when the ball is kicked. So not when the ball lands at you.
Just when it's kicked.
But once it is released, need 2 players behind you. So a quick guy versus Ryan Daunt, he can really make those defenses think twice.
I love that.
So a short ball being played here by the Roots out of the back. And this one's going to be flicked onward and chested down here. One back here by TSC.
Okay.
Peralta, a nice little stab through there. Of course, Joey P. 3 children, number 14 has.
I am so impressed by these young and not so young men. I have 1 child, and I can't run for 3 minutes, much less 90. Like, what are they doing?
Absolutely. You should see him in practice. Coach Bruno's got him going for 3 hours. Nice little overlapping run here. Austin Lee tries to play it up to Blankenship. Keeper out of the box. Blasts it over to the far side of the stadium.
It made it all the way almost to the top row.
Yep, almost hit that tifo. What do you think of the beautiful artistry being put on the far side we see over there, Adrian?
I love our battle lion. It is majestic. It's incredible. I'm a little partial to one of the sponsor signs. There's a little company called One Fresh Pillow.
There you go.
I own it. I mean, my husband owns it as well, but I'm the one on the radio, so.
There you go.
But I do love seeing all of the sponsors, and that's another thing that I love about this sport is it's a much more accessible way to sponsor a local team. Some of us don't have big college sponsorship dollars, and it's so nice to see some amazing companies from Tallahassee supporting this team. And, you know, just another great part of being involved with this little sports family. We love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Was it this week that you guys are going to be giving away all the pillows? Or is
Oh, my gosh. We did that before the game.
Okay. It was this week. Okay.
Yeah, we gave away a ton of pillows. We just wanted to do something nice for the fans, and it was so fun.
That's awesome. Of course, a great part of the local community here. One of TSC's favorites, overlapping run coming here for Ryan Daunt.
Come on, baby.
TSC on the
Get
attack.
Get it.
Blankenship, one time. It's a slow roller, and able to catch up to it are the Roots. Blankenship on target, beat the keeper, and the last defender just enough. A slow roller towards the goal and an agonizing 2 seconds for Charles Blankenship taken down at the top of the box. They say play on. Zamora rips it one-timer, 25 yards out. Mike Zamora requires the Florida Roots keeper to give a stab. So how about TSC on the offensive front foot? Zamora and company, Blankenship, both getting shots within the last 45 seconds here for TSC.
I don't know much about soccer. However, I know that some of the best games to watch are when your team comes out and they're playing really hard from the very beginning, because I feel like this is very much a game of momentum. And if you don't come out with that momentum right away, you're kind of fighting an uphill battle. And these boys have got the momentum today.
Absolutely. Just the 9th minute. Here comes Johnny Fitzgerald's service going centrally. One initially by the Roots. It'll be spilled out of play. Should be a TSC throw over on the far side. Of course, the referees in blue agree. We do have a full staffing of referees. We were talking, Adrian, which was an issue when we went out to Panama City.
Interesting.
A little shorthanded. That was a credit to the delay there. Good to have a full staff here back.
Yeah, we need as many eyes.
Refereeing crew than the last 2 weeks.
I'll make
we'll leave
no
it at that.
comment on that. Read my tweets.
There you go.
My tweets weren't deleted.
There you go. Johnny Fitzgerald flicks it over his head, try to get it on his left foot, taken down in the box, and the referee points to the spot. So it's kind of been a punchline here for TSC, allowing penalty kicks here so far this season, allowed 1 in every single match that they were called against. Jacksonville had a PK, Florida Roots had a PK, Pensacola had a PK, and Southern States last week. And this time, TSC on the other side of things. And once again, it's cousin Cy Fontenot from the spot. He put one in from the penalty spot against the Roots last time these two teams play. Can cousin Cy do it again and put TSC back on the front foot?
I can feel it. I feel this. I think he's going to go to the right of the keeper. I'm going to will this to happen.
Cousin Cy
say
sauntering
left?
up.
Are we like, do we bet money in the press box?
Goes to the left-hand side. Keeper saves it, so we'll stay deadlocked at 0. Cousin Cy shoots left. Keeper dives towards his right. And we're still 0-0 here at the Gene. Centering ball, twisting, towering one from Blankenship. Spin into the box. And a Florida Roots player goes down on the back line. Austin Lee involved in the collision there.
Now, did 2 people hit, or did he just hit the ball with his head? Because it didn't seem like a collision to me.
There were bodies in the area. We'll have to check the replay for official acknowledgement of that. But it's good to see a referee pull it back when there's a potential concussion, which sometimes does not always happen.
Looking out
Player
for the
safety.
What?
How about that?
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. What a new and unusual concept.
Service for Zamore, and Zamore looks fresh here. Couple good runs, that early shot. Good to see Mike with a full bill of health. Of course, not only getting clean mentally, but looking snappy. Here, a ball centered up to Cy Fontenot. The big scoring attack here for TSC. Fighting off defenders. Look at Cousin Cy truck down that far sideline. Headed northward here geographically. Slides down. And the old slip on the turf. And the looks like the left back there for Panama City, the Florida Roots, gave him a little aid there. And
Sportsmanship. We love to see it.
there you go. Helped him get to the turf.
Andrew, what number was that Florida Roots player?
There was over left-hand side, tough to see, maybe number 9.
Number 9?
Of course, we do not have a roster. Once again, we would give credit to the Florida Roots, so if you have access to that information, feel free to send it over to us at Tallahassee Talk on social media.
In the meantime,
Or One Fresh Pillow, right?
I'm
What's
just
the
going to make
socials
some
there?
things up. Oh, yeah, you can absolutely tweet us at One Fresh Pillow.
There you go. You're actively watching the socials now, so that's probably the better avenue to get the updated roster to us. Blankenship with the centering ball here for TSC, looking for Austin Lee, who's been a really great addition to this roster here. Joe, what do you think of Austin Lee's performance so far this season?
Good. He's had a nice job so far this year.
Scrappy dude, great addition to the midfield.
Now, one of the great things that we got to do before the game is we didn't just give pillows away to people that got to visit us at our tent pregame. We gave pillows to every single player on the starting roster, 18 men.
Nice.
So I'll sleep better if they win.
They
But-
probably will too.
They're all going to sleep a little bit better at least tonight, win or lose.
True. Absolutely. Great move by a great local business. Centering ball coming from Daunt. This one gets all the way through the 6-yard box. 2 TSC players take a swing at it. Nobody gets home. Daunt's second ball. Blankenship tries a scissor kick out of the air. And it falls right to the Florida Roots keeper. But TSC keeping the intensity here in the 13th minute.
I like the aggressiveness.
Absolutely.
tonight.
It's
They
aggressive.
got more coming forward than
Oh, man.
in the previous games.
Wave after wave, man.
But it's aggressive, but not violent. It's very high energy, but not with some of that kind of intensity.
There you go. Bosco.
Sometimes.
Bosco off the line to the top of the 18. Of course, Bosco Perry scooping this one up. The very energetic, emotional keeper. He's been a great addition to the TSC squad this year as well. And plus those dope pink uniforms really pop off the turf here at Gene Cox Stadium. Fantastic facility here on the south side. It looks like, I believe 7 is Beasley, if I'm not mistaken, but a great defensive effort by Chambers just to blast it out of play.
I believe it's actually Weasley. He is the long-lost member of the magical Weasley family. I believe that's very accurate. Number 7?
There you go. There you go. Of course, that's the updated roster you got, right?
Yeah, that's my updated roster. Beasley, Weasley now.
Till further
Number
notice. 14th minute of action here. The Roots want to get things going. This is a good opportunity off a set play. Long throw coming centrally. One well there by Daunt. Second ball going to be collected by the Roots about 25 yards away from goal. All the way over by the far side in front of that Battle Lions sign over there. And this will be poke free. And Dawn will take the quick throw in here for TSC. Sans Rabbins Pierre, of course, playing center back once again today. Him and Chambers been a great twosome here defensively. Fontenot tried to flick up to Blankenship, and the Roots keeper in all orange will dump it out of play.
Anytime a keeper is out that far, I just want someone to be close enough to make a run on him. I love seeing a one-on-one attack.
There you go. not many more exciting things here in the game.
Now,
We'll see if we can cut a couple of these guys free. Already a couple great runs. It's
there's
pretty
Weasley
direct.
Again.
Trying
Weasley
to
again.
dump it over the top, and here comes Ryan Daunt here on the far side. He'll able to catch up to it, keeps it in play. Try to find a centering ball. 3 TSC Battle Lions now inside 20 yards. Johnny Fitzgerald, the Akron man, here back to Mike Zamore. A little hesitation move, and Zamore trying to slide up the sideline. The heavy shoulder, last touch by the Roots. Daunt looking to go quickly.
Oh, number 17. You know what? I recognize him, I believe, from those moves he just exhibited. He's actually also a moonlighting MMA fighter.
There you go. Of course, I believe it's Bourne, David Bourne. He was on that 2021 All-Region team. Long ball. Sans Pierre Bosco out of the box and blasted into the crowd. It's not a souvenir, but it's fun to catch one down here on the near side as it makes its way back to the turf. And a
Somebody did catch one.
good bit of excitement here for a late arriving crowd. Solid crowd here, gang, for a holiday weekend. As a shot on frame, Bosco gets enough to it, is able to blast it wide of the frame, but a dangerous opportunity here for the Roots on the near side, and I believe that was Gabby. Of course, Gabriel Vidal, number 21. Coach Bruno said in the scouting report he's going to be one of the dangerous players here. He has a lot of similarities to a player we saw last week on Southern State's Murillo, number 7. So how about the Florida Roots team huddle? 6 of them breaking the stack here. Centrally, Zamore with a nice win on over the top. So it'll be another Roots corner from
6
the
of them,
far
and
side.
they still couldn't score. So,
There you go.
you know, a fun fact about Bosco is that he saves so many things. So many goals he saved. I actually saw him before a game save a pigeon, and a few years ago he saved my marriage.
There you
So-
go. Well, that's fantastic. So a bit of humanitarian work for the man in pink.
I'm just kidding. I did see him save that pigeon, though.
Of course, that fantastic penalty save. Of course, what was that, Pensacola just a couple weeks ago? Service from the Roots. In-swinger from the near side. Contact made down to the ground. They say last touch by the Roots. So after 2 corners, both unsuccessful, be a TSC goal kick coming out of the back. And Bosco didn't have to save that one.
Interesting way the Roots are setting that thing up on corner kicks
What
like that.
is
They-
that?
That is a
huddle-
first.
The huddle, they don't want to show their hand what they're going to do
That is a
until
first.
the kick is made.
I mean,
That's something from the training ground right there, but I have never seen anything
never.
like that.
And I have been forced to watch a lot of EPL soccer with my husband, and I have voluntarily watched both seasons of Ted Lasso. Never seen that, even in the trick play episode.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is quite the unusual one. So the Florida Roots with a little, what should we say, a couple tricks up the sleeve, if you will.
I've actually seen it a time or two in regular football,
Yes, it's called a huddle.
which
Over
is
the top.
kind of a long lost deal now.
There you go. Of course, back here, 18th minute of action here for TSC down at G-Cox Stadium. Florida Roots, the visitors from Panama City, knotted up with your local Battle Lions 0-0. Once again, this is a local hometown radio broadcast produced for and by the TSC family. But thank you to anybody outside of the Tallahassee family that is joining us today. But we are unashamed in rooting here for TSC on the broadcast here today, whether you're joining for TLHsoccerClub.com or locally on 93.3 Real Talk Radio here in the North Florida Big Bend or in South Georgia. And here we go, Johnny Fitzgerald, team captain, advancing about 5 yards out from the end line. Oh, a nice little cutback, able to still maintain possession. He goes in, centering
come on.
ball, looking for Daunt, and at the doorstep, the keeper shuts it closed and dives on top of the ball about 2 yards from the goal line. We're still 0-0 here in the
There was a-
19th minute.
There was a
That was
moment
great
there. There was a moment that I thought he was going to lose control of that ball, and we were going to be able to take a little sneak attack.
There you go. And Fitzgerald, he'll hold that ball. Nerves of steel is Johnny Fitzgerald. Of course, able to just possess, hold, wait for a great avenue and a passing lane to free up. He held it to the last possible second. Oh, quick throw. There goes Blankenship.
Get it, baby.
There's
Get
a
it,
one-on-one
baby.
into the box. Help coming late.
Deflected.
And I believe that's Bourne that comes in late. But, Joe, another TSC corner here on the near side.
Already, they got 3 corner kicks, and they already have 6 shots on goal already. not including the penalty kick.
Absolutely. This is a stark contrast to the game out in the Roots. It didn't seem like TSC had a chance at all in the first half. Of course, went into that break trailing 3-0 out in Panama City. Here, 20th minute, a little bit of a different story here early. Team captain Johnny Fitzgerald, the right footer, is going to be an in-swinger here from the near side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Battle Lions in the box. Dant up at the top of the 18. He would be the 6th, but he's kind of roaming for that second wave. Sans Pierre is going to go back post about 6 yards deep over the top of Chambers and everybody. It looks like it's touched by the Florida Roots and will be a TSC throw-in about 1 yard from the end line. So Chambers looks like he wants to set up a long throw with 4 Battle Lions in the box.
No tricky plays by our boys.
There you go,
Just
in the
straight
middle.
up
This one's
soccer,
dropped
baby. Get
off.
it,
Tried
get
to land it.
get
Sans Pierre.
Wow.
And it's
Wow.
gone. And Fitzgerald again. First time with the right foot, this time with the left foot. He's able to collect the loose ball, centering ball. Sans Pierre brings it down. Fontenot with a
Come
shot
on, baby.
attempt. Blankenship biked it. Oh, and it goes just wide. TSC.
I tell you what, they have, it is not for a lack of some legitimate attempts on goal. These guys are on fire. They deserve a goal. We're
How
gonna see
about
one.
it down at the end line? Charles Blankenship, no helmet, but still pulls out the old two-wheeler, the bicycle attempt inside the box, just wide of the goal.
Oh.
That would have been one of the most spectacular goals I've ever seen live in person. Oof, but we still knotted at zeros here. 22nd minute approaches here for TSC. Centering ball, Roots trying to go up over the top. Nobody home except Bosco Perry and those fantastic new pink kits here. On out to Zamora coming out of the back. Trying to buy some time. Here comes Gabby on the help D for the Roots. It'll be out of play here for a TSC throw-in. Referee wants to back Zamora up here. Make sure he doesn't get any advancing position. And he gets it back in play here for TSC.
I tell you what, number 18 for the Roots, I'm getting some more intel on their roster, and he is a very tough player considering the derivation of his number, 18. It's his favorite number, and it's also the number of Beanie Babies he owns that are valued at over $1,000.
Oh, a little slush fund there.
Yeah, he's a big Beanie Baby fan.
Over to Zamora here near side. Going to be swung back around for Lee. Centering ball with the right foot to Fontenot. Top of the 18. Falls to the Roots. Clearance from the 18-yard box end. The visitors from Panama City trying to launch a counterattack as they're able to get out of their own defending third. And referee will hold up for a foul call.
They are spending a lot of time on defense this evening. The Roots have not had much possession during this game. I'm not keeping specific time, but
Absolutely.
It is very apparent that this is a heavy offense game for our Tallahassee boys right now.
Absolutely. Pressure is on. They're going after this one. Player down here near side holding the left hamstring, it looked like. Don't know if that's cramp or otherwise, but the center referee will usher him to the sideline. And it looks like a potential substitution coming here for the Roots. And, yeah, it looks like day is done for number 6 here on the near side. So, of course, we do not have a roster, so I apologize for that. If you're in the Roots community, feel free to message Tally SC Talk on social media to see if we can get an updated roster. We'd like to be calling out these names, but we're going off of numbers or these updates that Miss Kaus is doing a fantastic job in providing us here. This one's flicked up to Fontenot. Blankenship down. Referee says play on. He's slow to get up. And so here comes his substitution officially. 5 in here for the Florida Roots. One of those big backs that we saw early out in Panama City. Made it really difficult to play over the top here for TSC. Just a couple weeks ago with their first road contest. Zamora throw into Blankenship. Looks to settle it down, try to get back to Zamora. It's read well by the Roots. Try to get a little 1-2. A little too heavy. Johnny will look to collect the throw, gives it back to Zamora. He'll throw it back. We are back in play. All the way dropped to the back line of the defensive half to Chambers. All the way back to Bosco, who's about 10 yards out of the goal box. Chip on over the top, looking for the youngster Ryan Daunt. Able to, it appeared to keep it in play, but it looked like ball skipped out of the boundaries there. So back in the mix here. Florida Roots into the attacking third. Over on the far side, here comes Austin Lee on pursuit defensively. Drop back to Vidal. Centering ball here. And look to be try to chip over the top. A lot of backspin on that one. Florida Roots player able to collect. Gets the ball caught under his feet and takes a tumble here. And TSC, long story short, is going to come away with it. Just service over the top. Direct line soccer fun. No, it's a miscommunication. And Cousin Cy puts it in the net. Very similar to how we did against Jacksonville. And we have broken the deadlock here. Cousin Cy, third goal of the season. Number 1 in your programs. Or number 11 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts, Cousin Cy. Good for a TSC goal! And just like that, the Battle Lions up 1-0 here from Gene Cox Stadium.
It feels so good, Andrew. It feels so good.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's been quite some time since TSC had the advantage here, but it feels good to be back on top. Cousin Cy continuing a fantastic 2022 campaign. Very similar, was it not, to that Jacksonville goal that he scored opening week?
It is.
And that's just direct line soccer. My guy's faster than your guy.
It was just a matter of time before Tallahassee, as much time as they've spent on the offensive end, that somebody opposite on the opposite side was going to come in like that. It was just a matter of time before it was going to happen, and it finally happened.
There you go. So book it. 26th minute. Cousin Cy, third goal of the season. 1 against Jacksonville, 1 against the Florida Roots, and he's come all the way back around to double dip on the Roots once again. 2 goals against the visitors from Panama City. And that just looked like a miscommunication in the back, guys. The defender pulled up a little bit. He thought the keeper was going to come out, but it was just that sweet spot with enough space. Cousin Cy says, if you guys don't want it, I'm going to put this joker in the back of the net. TSC up 1-0.
Taking advantage of that opportunity, and they've spent so much time on this end of the field. Like you said, it was bound to happen. They were going to get a goal.
Because eventually somebody opposite side from where they've been most of the time was going to come in.
I love it.
That's what just happened.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was one of the items of conversation. Coach Bruno said they hit us in the mouth last time that they played. We weren't ready for them. He said that is not going to happen again tonight. And so far, TSC, the team living up to the coach's billing. And the good guys up 1-0 here early. 28th minute, TSC with the advantage.
Keeping that momentum.
They did take that water break.
Yep, so they did use that first half water break.
That was a water break.
There you go. That's a good point of conversation, Joe. That's the first water break we've seen at home this year. Of course, this looks to be tried to chip over, and it was a handball. And always exciting. Johnny Fitzgerald with a good round of applause there for the referee call here. Good to see him back with the squad. Of course, like we said, missed last week with the illness. Really would have loved to have him versus Southern States. Chambers with
that was a choice, Chambers, but I appreciate your spirit.
With a go from 25. And, you know, sometimes you have the center back. The defenders don't like to take a rip at Adrian, but that is not the case. No bashfulness from Mr. Chambers.
I love it.
Aggressiveness. We've seen a couple shot attempts here from the back line. Zamore had one on target. Chambers that most recently. Service coming here from the back for the Florida Roots. One well by Joey P. Here in the midfield, just on the Florida Roots side of the field. Here comes Vidal. He's a dangerous one, number 21 for the Roots. He'll collect it off the give and go. Joey P. with a sliding effort, but he's able to recover. So a little opportunity here for the Roots. Zamore with an assertive win. Great challenge here by Mike on the near side. Out for a Roots throw. 30 yards from goal now. Vidal tried a centering ball, but it's read well.
Look at our boys taking it back.
There you go. Spilled out to the perimeter. Tries to chip it over the top. A little bit of small ball, but it looks like it drifts just out over play. But a good little combination play here on the near side. Of course, between Daunt and Fontenot. Two very speedy, dangerous players. Love to see them out in the perimeter, out in space, out up top. So far, giving the Roots fits here in the 30th minute. Centering ball goes through the backside. There is one player for the Roots about 20 yards from frame, diving in front of it. Great play there. And it's going to be up over the top and out of play.
Now, I think that was number 10, wasn't it?
There you go.
Oh, okay. So I'm doing a little social media digging. It looks like number 10 is a young man named David Schrute. He's a native of Panama City.
There you
and
go.
his actual full-time job is he is a beet farmer.
Ah, there you go.
Great reviews on his beets online.
Good to see. A little agriculture. Of course, he can't grow them on this field turf, which is an item of conversation when we have a second of it. Blankenship over the top, centering ball. He looks to Fontenot. One, but not done. Cousins side flicks it over top of his head, a centering ball inside the box. But it is temporarily dispelled here by the Roots. Johnny Fitzgerald back on top of the ball, try to cycle it around. A little bit of miscommunication. Roots try to get up and go as they throw this one back into play.
Roots is an interesting name choice. Roots are very stationary. Roots aren't mobile. How are the Roots going to get up and go?
And that's what I'm wondering, especially a beach community, which typically has a pretty movable base. It is an interesting name here.
There's a rumor circulating online, though, that they're actually named the Florida Roots because the first soccer ball they played with, they couldn't afford an actual ball, so they just took some driftwood off of the beach and turned it into a ball. And
Tangled
that's what
up some
they played
roots.
with
Good to go.
Back in 1784.
There you go. It must have been one of the first established soccer teams back then.
I believe it was.
Drop it back, Fitzgerald with a nice little bit of control. Spilled out to the perimeter here, looking for some service over the top. A little contact up at the top of the box. The referee says play on.
There's number 18, Mr. Beanie Baby himself.
There you go. Dropped on back here to centering. I believe it's Bourne, cycles it around here. And I believe there's a switch here near side here for the Roots. Looking to slice through here over midfield into the defending half here for TSC. Try to thread it through. Sands Pierre has not had much required or asked of him so far, which has been atypical so far this season. Typically, Sands, Robbins Pierre have been a very busy man in the center of the defense along with Chambers. We have a player down. Some more here on the near side. Seems to be holding his left ankle. Get some attention here. 33rd minute of action here from TSC. Gang, what do we think of the contest so far?
I got to tell you, I'm very impressed by, like I said previously, the momentum they're showing. And also, they're showing a level of ball control that I haven't seen as much in some previous games. In the last game, there was a lot of time with the ball spent up in the air, just trying to get control back, a lot of kicking around. And this time the ball's very much on the ground. They seem very in control of what's going on. It looks great. I mean, again, I know nothing really officially, but just from a casual perspective, there's a different feeling. Everything I'm seeing is this is a very in control and ready to battle Lion
There
team.
you go. Absolutely, and that is by design. That is no accident. Of course, something that Coach talked about, a little bit more possession here in the mix. That's a great point. Adrian, of course, we had kind of been in a defensive role, right? Just clear it. When we have a chance, we'll go after it, but this is a much more thorough attack. This is a much more relentless attack and a little bit more of possession typically than what TSC is used to, but the Roots looking content to allow TSC to serve over the top, and that's something that benefits TSC. They love the long service. They like the direct play, and so as long as they'll allow them to do that both on the wings and over the top with speedsters like Cousins, Cy, Blankenship, and Daunt on the perimeter here, they will be more than happy to do so. As this one's going to be a service over the top here for the Roots. Daunt, as we bring up, and of course that's Ryan Daunt, of course, the younger of the two Daunt boys here on the active roster. Of course, Ryan, the 2022 Big Bend Player of the Year here for the local newspaper, the Tallahassee Democrat.
Get it. Where did he go to school?
McClay.
Oh, McClay. They've got some good soccer players.
Absolutely. Service over the top, looking for Fontenot here. This one's out of play for a TSC throw-in. Of course, his brother also, of course, going to McClay. We anticipate we'll see Drew as he's Supposed to be healthy this week. Of course, missed with an illness last week. Of course, plays collegiate ball at Belmont Abbey. So good to see him back in the fold for TSC and a bill of health. Over on the far side, here's Geyer. Tries to go over the top.
Oh, that's number 5, trying to catch up with one of our guys. Number 5, I recognize him.
Okay.
You know what? Yep, that's definitely who I thought it was. He is from the famous Frog family that started the chain of Senor Frog's restaurants.
Oh, very popular in those beach cities, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe his name is Kermit.
There you go. Service centrally. Good step by Joey P. Of course, we talk about some of these U19 guys. We talked about Daunt, but how about Andrew Geyer, of course, the big-time goal scorer. I believe he was the Georgia State Player of the Year on the high school level. Of course, Thomasville High School is Andrew Geyer. He's got those distinct red cleats and the armband on his right arm, which is great when you're calling a game. Any distinctive feature that anybody can have, like Johnny, love the red cleats. Johnny, thank you. Of course, back there, Geyer, love the armband, man.
Thanks,
Makes it
buddy.
very easy up top to recognize who they are. So it looks like Zamora, after taking a tumble, holding that ankle, he's going to take a seat here tonight. A Zamora Warriors effort. Great to have him back again this year. Ethan Stewart going to come in for him. Talk about another youngster, a senior at Leon High School this year. Nice little piece of class there. Chip over the top, looking for Fitzgerald. One back here by the Roots. Slip of the turf here, and they'll hold this one up TSC. I believe the player for the Roots, landed on the ball, Joe, so the call was not a foul. It was a handball as he went towards the turf. And this is a difference because the Roots play on natural grass, and there is an adjustment. For those that are old school soccer players, the vast majority of them hate playing on turf. And it does take a little bit of adjustment, including cleats. I mean, it does make it a little more slippery here on the turf. Of course, the visitors, I heard some chatter about it pregame.
Well, you know what? If they want to pay for our water and our grass, then feel free. But I feel like AstroTurf is the more environmentally friendly option. Are we leaders in the field of environmentalism? I think yes.
Perhaps so, of course. And, of course, just with the amount of use that this stadium gets, you talk about, I would say all 5 of the schools, but truly the 4 schools here for the high school level, but also the middle school football teams. They hosted the lacrosse regionals here. So much activity on this facility.
Graduations here.
Graduations, the state championships for football here in the lower classifications. Well, what was the lower classifications here in football. That's a conversation for a different day. This one spilled out here to the near side. The Roots with a little bit of attack here in the 38th minute. Slide and a little bit of contact. Here is a sprawling effort there by Daunt. Holds up play, but the Florida Roots with a free kick opportunity. Looks like it'll be probably about 25 yards away from goal, at least from the goal line.
You know,
Width-wise, it's way out here by the boundary of the 18-yard box, though.
I love seeing a little slide, though. It shows that they've got some spunk.
There you go.
Fiery, that they're
Zing.
in it.
Absolutely. You love a defense sliding after it. But this is an opportunity for the Florida Roots, who, to your point, Adrian and Joe, both you guys have talked about that not many offensive opportunities. This is a chance for them to capitalize, get some bodies forward. So this is a high opportunity for them. So TSC need to be on alert. Two-man wall be just outside the 18-yard box. Bosco is going to be on the far post. Left-footed service going near post. Twists over top. The field goal is good.
Number 7, not so lucky.
There you go. Field goal is good, but does not matter here on the soccer field. No points for that one here in the 39th minute. TSC still with the 1-goal advantage.
God, it feels good. It's going to feel good going into the half. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
having a lead. I don't want to jinx us, but
absolutely.
I think we're doing well.
Trying to track it back to think the last time that we had a lead, and I believe it was that Jacksonville game.
Jacksonville.
Back when we were up 2-1 late in the second half. Because you think about last week, obviously did not score. The week before that, it was a tie. We trailed Pensacola.
Yes.
Week before that, on the road versus the Roots. We know how that one went.
Jacksonville was our opener?
And then Jacksonville was the opener.
That was a great game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, able to get a result. The only team to get points against Jacksonville this year is TSC, your Battle Lions. Every other team that has faced Jacksonville has taken a big L including the Florida Roots team, 4-1.
Okay,
Jacksonville took care of them.
Mr.
There's
Beat Farmer Shroot just had a beautiful little, some nice little footwork. We got to give it up to them when credit. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Senor Frog.
There you go.
That wasn't Beat Farmer.
There's a good little strong leg there.
Yeah. It's from, lifting all of the barrels of
Frogs.
tequila at Senor Frogs.
There you go.
And frogs are just known for their very thick legs. Tastes like chicken.
There you go. Get them deep fried. Not that bad, to be honest.
They're really not. They're rather delicious.
Service through here. Bosco gets a little touch here in the 40th minute. Good to see our number one get involved here. You don't want them to have much action, but you don't want them to have no action because you want your keepers to stay engaged here. So even though Bosco hasn't gotten much run, good to see him get some touches. How about the youngster Stewart tries to thread it through. A lot of heat on that one. Oh, second ball. Here comes Blankenship. He picks up the pieces. 20 yards out. Blankenship rips it. Snow cone truck, watch out. This one chips over the top.
You hit on top of the snow cone truck.
There you go. Of course, as always, TSC bringing out the local community food trucks. We got a little snow cone. We got little tacos. What more do you want?
Literally nothing.
Absolutely.
Though the pina colada snow cone has changed my life. And I haven't had the food truck this week. I'm sure it's delicious. The food truck last week was another kind of Mexican-inspired food truck, and they had a delicious elote, which was the corn with the mayo and the tahini and the lime.
Get it all involved there. Geyer able to poke it through here for TSC. Into the box defensively for the Roots. This one going to be won back here by Daunt. Through ball. Able to get to Cousin's side. Good win here near side by the Roots. Cycle back around, and they will have a little bit of possession. Pressure coming from Cy and Blankenship. Roots are able to escape the pressure. Vidal able to square it off here for Panama City. Looking for some service over the top. TSC, good numbers back. Look at the back line, how uniform and in sync they are. Good little bit of defending here for TSC. Looking to cycle around are the Roots. Want to get a little possession. Looking for a through ball over the top. Chambers and Stewart both in the area.
Look at that defense.
Chambers able to body. Does he get it out of play? And does. Good job by Chambers to save the goal kick and able to control it out. And it's only a throw in here for the Roots in the 42nd minute.
Once again, showing amazing ball control.
Yeah.
Even when they're trying to get back on the offensive and trying to regain control of the ball, they're not doing that chippy thing where they're just kicking it everywhere. They're like very controlled, keeping it on the ground.
There you go.
Winning some battles, again, our Battle Lions.
Absolutely. Throwing coming near side. 43rd minute of action now. Long towering throw. Gets to the near post, but one well. I believe that was Stewart. The Leon man able to control that one. Headed back around. This one will be won by Daunt. Daunt up to Cousin's side. Nice little bit of control near sideline. Oh, look at the swim move.
They are giving him fits. They're all over him, and he is still staying in control.
There you go, Cousin's side. Of course, a fresh haircut.
Oh, it is.
Here today. Cousin's side looking slick here today. He knew he was going to get photographed, of course.
Is like body tackling allowed? Is that? I know that I don't know everything about soccer, but Mr. Beanie Baby is getting a little touchy.
Not in this football. They are Florida Roots Football Club, FUTBOL,
Yes.
of course, but not, of course, American football. But, yeah, the center ref, he'll call this one back. That is not allowed. Fitzgerald, about 40 yards from goal, give this one a ride. He does have Daunt near side if he wants to play it short. Little overlapping run for Fitzgerald. Daunt takes it internally. They'll let him have it, and so he tries to curl one, looking for that back post, but
bounced
clips
off number 3.
Off a Roots player and will spill out of play.
And it'll be a corner kick.
Over here on the near side, Fitzgerald, of course, the righty to take this one. 44th minute.
If you were to say take a sip of water every time Fitzgerald's name was mentioned, you would be very hydrated.
Absolutely. That's his job, center mid, team captain.
Crushing
He is
it.
the facilitator. Oh, trying to
get
sneak
in
this
there.
one in near post. Daunt with the second effort, and the left foot shot towers over the top and out of play.
It was such a moment that could have happened because their goalie definitely moved out of the box, and he's got to be tired. He has been working a lot, unlike Bosco, who is, staying a little active, but this poor goalie, I think he's going to be pretty worn out.
Absolutely. Starting
So
to get some numbers in here for the Florida Roots. We had somebody chime in on Facebook, so appreciate it.
Was I right about any of it?
There is you were talking about Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Ironically, number 18's name is Ty, according to this.
Shut up.
According to this.
You guys, I'm done here. I'm psychic. It's been confirmed. I could feel he had a connection to the Beanie Babies.
Absolutely.
I'm so good at this. I'm crushing.
Sometimes things just take care of themselves. One fresh pillow, one fresh broadcast right now. Fantastic work thus far. 45th minute of action approaching halftime. We're going to get a healthy amount of stoppage time, though, of course, with the water break and a couple different injuries. So we could be getting up into the 50th minute or so mark here for the first half on the unofficial clock. Service from Geyer. And the Thomasville man had a rip at that one. But it looks like a foul to be called, and so I believe it's a Florida Roots free kick coming out of the back.
My commentary has been described by a friend of the team as color commentary. And
Exactly.
I do very much feel like Olympia Dukakis' character in Steel Magnolias when she bought the local football team and was having a conversation about whether their uniforms were purple or aubergine.
There you go.
Our uniforms are definitely gold.
Definitely gold.
Very
the
classy.
Saturday golds.
Love it.
Definitely has a regal feel to it, especially with the purple warm-up uniforms as well.
Screams lion. Lions. I'm a Leo. August 6th is my birthday. Thank you.
There you go.
And we are powerful and, like our coats, we love gold.
Potentially, that first weekend in August, if Tallahassee continues to win, they could be that weekend playing for an NPSL national championship.
That's what I want for my birthday, guys.
There
Let's
you
do
go.
it. And we've got to win this game.
True.
Got to win.
Got to keep it going, of course. Need to get to the playoffs. Top four, currently sitting at 6th in the table for the conference. Need to get to top four. The Roots, we could catch them. They're currently sitting at 3rd over the top. Here comes Fontenot spilling to the wide side of the field. And he's trying to circle back here about 5-10 yards from goal.
Setting up a play, not rushing in.
Back here to Daunt, left-footed service.
Did you see him kick that leg? That is such a frog move. I told the frog family, it's just so apparent.
Service over the top, going here back in. And so it'll be an opportunity for TSC. Back to Fitzgerald. Sip of water. This one coming out here for the Roots. Vidal able to turn the corner. So a little 3-on-5 if they want to run with it here for the Roots. Down the near sideline. Chambers in position. Thought about pulling the trigger. Did one of the Florida Roots players, but it's going to be dumped back around. Spilled out to the perimeter. Collected by the Roots about 20 yards from goal.
Back to the beat farmer. Don't do it, beat boy.
Service. Oh, takes a shot.
To the face.
Thinks it's not Daunt over there. Austin Lee, number 22, throws his body in front of the ball.
Get well soon, Austin.
Penalized for that one. Turns back against the grain. Roots into the offensive third. 35 yards out. Wants to have a rip. Bosco watches it go up over the top. We're now 3 minutes deep in stoppage time.
That wasn't even, Bosco barely had to move.
Exactly. Calmly. Nerves of steel he has. No way that even in the area of the goal, I could just watch that one go over. No way. I'm definitely jumping after that one. 4 minutes deep now in stoppage time. Bosco gives it a ride here.
There it is.
And that is the end of the first half. TSC going into the break with the 1-0 advantage. We're having some good, clean fun here at TSC, and let's get her going. Second half underway here at Gene Cox Stadium, and we will get ready to rock and roll for this ball game.
Now, number 3, he had the ball first for the Roots. Don't know his name, but I did hear murmuring in the stands that the Roots has to have a 3-minute longer halftime so number 3 can make sure his hair looks perfect.
There you go.
It
Look nice, play nice, they said.
It's luxurious.
Play nice, they pay nice. At Deion Sanders, FSU alum as well.
Oh, Neon Dion,
There
baby.
you go. Clearance from Chambers coming out of the back line here for TSC. And we did get a couple names here in the book, so we'll try to do a better job this half of giving a shout-out to the Florida Roots guys.
I think my job in the first half was flawless. How dare you?
There you go.
How could you
There
possibly
you
do a better
go.
job than making things up?
What is better than perfection? That I do not have an answer for.
You know, what I love also about like Tallahassee soccer is not only do we have so many amazing high school level players, but we are so fortunate to have the best women's soccer team in the nation right here in our hometown, the Florida State Seminole women's soccer team.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely fantastic pedigree. It's a shame that Coach K is hitting the old trail. Of course, new soccer coach coming in here, so changing of the guard for Florida State. But yeah, the ladies absolutely dynamic, dominant of the conference and the nation, really. Of course, especially over the last 5 or 10 years, fantastic for the local city here for Florida State Seminoles. And
we got to get a women's league going at this
Yeah.
level. That'd be, I mean, not me personally, but I would love to support a women's
bad
team like
idea.
the guys. I think it'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, you got the collegiate feeder going into it. Like you said, if you can get to the college program on board, man, all they have to do is come down the street. Nothing
Literally.
too crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Don't need to organize any kind of housing or anything. And
There are also some good high school girls teams.
Yes,
Not only here in
exactly.
North Florida, but also right across the state line in South Georgia.
Yep.
There's some good teams up there.
absolutely.
And I think that we're going to see a big surge on the high school level of more and more athletes choosing to play soccer. I think because there's such a toll that American football takes on you and all of the information they're finding out about concussions, you know, I think that soccer is going to be a safer sport in the future, and hopefully more people will play and get involved and support, and I love it. I love to see it.
There you go.
And Ted Lasso is doing his job at turning everyone in the world for soccer, just like with
Absolutely.
his mustache. Thank you, Jason Sudeikis, for living.
Absolutely. Of course, it's all feeding the beast, right? All feeding the beast.
Oh, gosh.
Woo!
And an elbow
That
to
was
the
a little
face
obvious.
here. As this one
21.
Geyer catches it in the face here. As this one, an arm thrown back and tumbles to the turf here in the 49th minute of action.
If this was football, that would have been like a face mask.
There you
There
go.
were very like fingers poking in the face where they should not have been. Are we getting a yellow card?
And they will issue it here to the Florida Roots.
Okay, good.
Yellow cards on Tallahassee.
But it looks like a Tallahassee. Looks like they
Wow.
gave it to. Did they give it to Cy? Okay, so one each way. Yep,
What did he do, Geyer? What'd you do?
one each way. It looks like a little
Mouth.
extracurriculaar,
A little mouth.
shall
mouth,
we say?
Mouth situation.
Well, Geyer was holding the Roots player's jersey, and then that's when he got the blow to the face.
Little bit of a reach back here as we get things all ironed out.
So we got a couple little chips tonight going in the second half.
There we go. There we go. So 51st minute, Joey P with a little defensive effort there. Florida Roots, of course, in white and black, going right to left here on your screen. On the other side, TSC and the Saturday Golds going left to right. That's north to south geographically. Roots with a little spell here, cycles it back around. Morin. And this one's going to be taken away. Blankenship playing direct. Wants to go Cousin Cy right down Main Street. It's a 1-on-3 here for Fontenot. Late arrival coming here. Geyer on his right, swept away there for the Roots. And they'll look to launch a counterattack. Ladalvi here for the visitors. Threads it through now. Bushmeister here for the visitors from Panama City. Left-footed shot just wide of frame. Bosco watches it go to the outside to be a TSC goal kick coming out of the back here. Of course, Bosco, the goalkeeper here for TSC. As we got some names trickling in here, and they changed your lineup card.
Like,
you went away.
honestly,
We took a little commercial break here to show some local love to the
I worked
businesses.
really hard to do that very legitimate and accurate research, and they took it from me, and I'll get over it, but I'm a little bitter.
There you go. There you go. So this one collected back by Cy here looking to turn. Square ball to Blankenship.
Yes,
Another
baby.
overlapping
Come
run.
on.
Austin Lee
Get in.
wants to kind
Oh.
of center it here. This one's going to be deflected by Marin, but one back here by Blankenship. Left-footed
Yes.
service into Sai with a deflection back to the Roots.
Sai is on it.
There you go.
And you-
Vidal handed by Joey
Man,
P.
we got a hold.
Joey P gives him the old seatbelt, and it looks like the referee wants a chat. So we jinxed
He's
it,
like,
guys.
my bad.
No yellow cards in the first half. Yeah, my bad indeed. 3 yellow cards in the first 6 minutes and change here
We're
in
too
half
powerful.
number 2.
What we're learning is our words have power, and we really need to be more responsible about it.
There you go. Don't ever forget.
Should have known. We flew too close to the sun, Jude.
You know what they say. That didn't work out well in ancient mythology. It doesn't seem to be working out too well here. We try our best, though, right?
We're doing what we can. Back to, Sai, cousin Sai's have a lot of possession already, and I'm really appreciating how he showed restraint in, waiting for his, fellow offensive players to come up and give him some support instead of trying to run and be a little bit of a ball hog. He's like, it's very strategic play that we're seeing from the guys. It's very smart play tonight, I think.
Yeah, some good hold-up play, some reinforcements coming, spilled out wide to Fitzgerald. And it looks like the defense here is in the area for the Roots, and it'll be out for a goal kick here. Joshua Burton wearing number 1 here, the goalkeeper for the Roots.
You said Fitzgerald, so I took a sip of water.
There you go. Stay hydrated. Morin here on the near side. A little centering ball for the visitors. Of course, currently sitting at 3rd in the table here of the 7 teams in the Gulf Coast Conference. So if the playoffs were to start today, the Roots would be in. And unfortunately, TSC on the way out. But things a little different here in the second time that these 2 teams played. Of course, at this point over in Panama City, it was 3-0 Roots. TSC did not score till later in the second half. They ended up getting 2 to save a 4-2 result. And here comes a full head of steam, and here comes Daunt. Turn for Blankenship. A little 3-on-4 if TSC wants to go with a little bit of a heavy touch, and the Roots are able to recover defensively here. Marin look to go on the counterattack, but they'll spin back around, and the Roots look to possess.
But our guys are just still, the energy they're showing, even after they lose the ball, they're right back on top of it.
Absolutely. So here comes a prodding offensive effort from the Roots as they get into the attacking third. Sans Robbins-Pierre, turn and shot on goal. It takes a little bit of deflection. I believe it's off either Joey P. or Chambers out of the back. And so I believe this is going to be a Roots corner kick and will be here on the near side.
Do we get to see their huddle?
Yeah, we'll see if the huddle up. 1, 2, 3, 4,
They're going to do
5,
it?
6-man huddle.
Yeah, that's the huddle.
Over
Do
on
the
the far
huddle.
side.
Dun, 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 dun.
There
The
you
whole
go.
idea is they're going to wait to the very last second. What is this? Then they're going to show what they're going to do.
See, it's going to be 6 men splitting out of the box. TSC only fronting 4 defenders here. So they're going to wait for the defenders to come to them.
I think they're like getting together and giving themselves like a motivational talk, like you're beautiful and you're special.
You got this, guys.
You're more than a soccer player. Your strength comes from within.
There you go. Substitution coming. Austin Lee out. Drew Daunt in. So both of the Daunt brothers on the field. Back post diving effort there. And Drew instantly in on the action. Of course, the Belmont Abbey man coming back to play for TSC. So obviously both last name Daunt. So we will refer to Drew Daunt, number 6, as Drew. And aptly his brother. Younger brother, double the number 12, Ryan.
Oh, that's
We'll keep
cute.
him Drew and Ryan here. So
Love to see that.
there you go.
They're huddling again. Your hair looks amazing, number 3. Don't let anyone tell you any different.
6-man split coming, going to go back post about 6 yards out. Bosco
what a
sprawling
save.
effort to his left, able to keep
Bosco
this
saves
one
everything.
absolutely out of the net here. Blankenship putting a little pressure on. Fontenot's going
Fontenot,
to
like
giddy
a
up and
boss.
get after here. Looking to put some
Look at that
pressure on
effort.
Burton. Out of the back, plays it back to Morin. Blankenship, secondary pressure. Tried to play a little give and go, slipping on the turf. Morin's able to recover. Drew Daunt will pressure him. Blankenship's left foot prods it free, but the Roots recover and switch sides of the field. And now an opportunity to counterattack for the visitors if they want to go for it. Play centrally. Fed on out to the perimeter here for the Roots. Hounded by it's Ryan over on the far side. Tries to thread it through. It does. Chambers behind his back, he puts his hand.
I love it.
Of course, a reference to last week's penalty kick. Going forward, they coached him up last week. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love the attention to detail. Coach Bruno's a process man.
We love a lesson learned.
And a
No,
rip!
sir.
Oh,
Got it.
my goodness. About 25 yards out. An absolute screamer. Morin puts this one in, and just like that,
Bosco.
we are back to level pegging. But that was a laser-guided rocket, gang, and just a
There was no stopping that man.
good finish. Nothing he could do about that one. We're back to level pegging, though, here in minute 57. So just like that, the old pesky Roots have us once again at a deadlock. Here, of course, we talked about it. We've played the Roots 3 times ever in the history of these clubs. Won 1, lost 1, tied 1. So this, of course, potentially a rubber match if they're able to get the victory here, get in the winning ways. Of course, last time they were here at the Gene, it was 3-0 win for TSC, but definitely a stronger Roots club than last year, and they're able to respond here, minute 56. Marin with an absolute nasty shot to level this one up here for the Florida Roots.
You got to give them something sometimes just so they don't feel bad.
There
They
you
obviously needed that affirmation after their group huddle. It's going to be fine. We got
Service
this.
into Fontenot as TSC trying to get back on the front foot. And this one is at last touch, I believe, by a Roots player. It is. It'll be a TSC corner.
Huddle up, boys.
Blankenship will give way to Fitzgerald, excuse me. And he'll serve it. So currently 3 Battle Lions in the box. Chambers, Ravens-Pierre, also late to the arrival. Got to give some time for the big center backs to get up there. Of course, 2 of the more physical presences here on this ball club, Ravens-Pierre and Chambers. They're going right at the keeper. This one's poked free here, and a little bit good step by Ethan
And
Stewart.
look how, I was about to say, look how they settled the ball, and then we had a flyer.
Try
Let's
to go
get it
chip
down,
over the
boys.
top, looking for Fontenot. Tries to go. It's light, and he hits off the football upright. It is out of play, but Fontenot almost double dipped on the Roots, but it's going to be out of play for a goal kick here for the visitors from Panama City. But a beautiful ball over the top and a great effort, but you can tell Cy is frustrated by himself, but a good effort by
Great
Cousin Cy on the far side in the 59th minute.
And that is what we need to keep momentum going. Even though he didn't make the shot, it was a beautiful shot. It was a shot that had potential. It had a chance. It wasn't wild. And it's keeping the energy up for our guys.
Geyer tracking back on the fringe of the defending third for TSC, and the Thomasville High School man will dump it into the crowd over here on the near side. Gabo trying to thread it through here for the Roots. He's going to be hounded by Blankenship and a little bit of Karate Kid there as Charles sweeps the leg, and it'll be a free kick here for the Roots. Morin back on top of it. We'll cycle it back around. Bissinger will go for some service over the top here for the Roots.
All sides.
Number 12, Max Singer. I think the same person does our highlights.
There you go. So it'll be a free kick out of the back as Chambers will step onto this one. About 40 yards from goal here toward the center of the field on the fringe of the defending third here for TSC. Getting numbers forward. 7 men.
Goalie duty this one.
Oh, Bosco going to get on the action. Something we haven't really seen much. Service. He wants to go deep, looking for Geyer. Centering ball here to Cousins' side, looking to try to get position as he goes back to goal. This one swerved up over the top. And the U19 man, Ethan Stewart, going to collect. He's gotten some great minutes here for the senior team so far this season, really reinforcing and validating the establishment of the U19 club and how they're a great feeder program for this senior team. Over on the wing here, it's a 5-on-5 battle. Chambers trying to get goal side. This one towers over the top, hits the burrito truck, and out for a TSC goal kick. So good backtrack by Chambers here for TSC.
2 for 2. We've hit both of the food trucks this evening.
There you go. You got to keep your head on a swivel down there. Just because you're getting food doesn't mean that there's not a soccer game going on in the background. No one is safe. Peralta. Ravens-Pierre tries to swing it around the perimeter. Geyer checking 2. Oh, nice little good
Look
vision
at that.
there for
Look
the
at that
through ball.
pass. How beautiful was
Blankenship
that? Look
to
at that pass.
Fitzgerald.
That's what I'm talking about. Their ground game tonight is tight.
How about TSC stringing together about 8-9 passes? This was not something we saw much of last year. Chip through, trying to look for Blankenship, and he's able to squirm through the defenders. But was it last touched by the Roots or by TSC?
I think Roots.
Assistant referee says corner. We'll go into the 61st minute. 61st, because 61st isn't a number. And Fitzgerald over on the far side will get us rolling here as we cascade into minute number 62. And the reinforcements get the big bodies from the back here in on this set play.
I'm going to say something that may sound over the top, but I truly think that Cousin Si could win the Kentucky Derby. That boy is fast.
He's super quick.
It's incredible.
This one's going on goal. Burton going to have to tip it over the bar. That'll be good for another TSC corner. This time they'll go near side and set this one up. Is that Drew to take it over here on the near side? No, it is not.
I've got to give a shout out to the Oldfields Battalion. They sound amazing up here in
There
the
you
press
go.
box.
Got the drums going.
They are so dedicated to these boys. I love it.
Oh,
Get
this
it.
one's going to twist on frame.
Ooh.
Burton have to come up and grab this one inside his own 6-yard box. Some contact in the air. Rabbins-Pierre a little slow to get up. And the Roots want to try to see if we can get the delay. Joey P doing a good job falling in defensively to cover for the big man as he gets back. Hounded by Stewart. Here comes the dangerous Gabbo. Chambers with a nice foot on the ball. Some heavy contact, but referee says play on. He did get all ball, so say what you will. And here comes Rabbins-Pierre back in position. Collected by Gabbo.
No, sir. Field
20.
goal, but not a goal.
There you go. 20-yard plus effort there in the 63rd minute. So a little bit of a second wave coming here for the Roots as they start to feel it. And it looks like Danny Perez getting ready to come in here for TSC. And it looks like Joey P coming out. Of course, Joseph Peralta, father of 3, like we said earlier, leads the franchise all-time record for minutes played here for TSC. We call him Day 1 Joey P, Adrian, since the Gulf Coast Premier League. Days. So he's been around. Oh, and here comes the big former Jamaican national here for the Florida Roots, Ricardo Smith, number 11. Typically wears the number 9, wearing a number 11 here for the Roots.
That man is very large.
Absolutely.
He looks like he should be. He reminds me of young Peter Warwick physically.
There you go. Over the top, of course, former FSU star on the football field. Drop back to Rabbins-Pierre. A little bit of trouble here in the back.
Rabbins-Pierre still
Smith
got you, buddy.
getting some early touches, and Drew is able to spill it out towards the perimeter here. But, yeah, Ricardo Smith formerly played for the Jamaican national team. He scored against us last year out at Panama City. He is a traditional number 9 striker, loves playing back to goal, and like you said, Adrian, he is a definite physical presence as it looks like Ethan Stewart down here in the back line for TSC.
The crowd is definitely in it tonight.
Absolutely. A good crowd for a holiday weekend. I was wondering what kind of show out we would get here for TSC.
Well, I bribed at least 100 of them with pillows.
There you go. Absolutely. Great. Playing your part. Helping contribute. Feeding the beast.
I'm a giving person.
There you go. All part of a great local community affair. That's what they want. Giveaways, local businesses, getting the word out, fun atmosphere, fun Saturday night. You see your club president out there making sure the boys are hydrated down here in the near sideline.
If they would play our game of Fitzgerald, they would be very hydrated.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Fitzgerald or Fontenot, take a sip of water anytime you hear those two names on a TSC broadcast.
Totally unrelated, are there restrooms in the press box?
There are. Yes, there happen to be some next door.
High life.
There you go.
If you haven't been up here, getting to the press box is what I would call my personal K2 climb.
A towering box up top here at the Gene Cox Stadium for sure. They tell me they're planning to put in an elevator They also told me that when I started doing games here about 6 years ago. So
You gotta have a dream.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
Let's not.
But they said elevator in the works.
You know what they could do? They could get one of those nice old people stair climbers. You know, like the old lady, and she goes up the stairs and
it just rides the railing.
Yeah, it's just a thought. It's a thought. We're spitballing.
Good to see Ethan Stewart get up. Of course, the Leon man, so round of applause for him, but a labored effort to get to the sidelines here.
Hate seeing one of
Oh,
the
no,
boys
sorry.
there.
That's Johnny. My mistake. My mistake. I thought it was number 10. I just saw the 1, but that is a 15. It's Fitzgerald. So a throw-in coming here for PCB. Drew is going to be hounding Gabbo. That's Stewart right there, number 10, able to win that one temporarily. They get his back to goal, and here comes Ryan, going to explode out of the back, lined up Blankenship. He's got fun. No! And this one's going to squirt out wide. Here comes Danny Perez spilling out wide. His first touch after recently getting substituted on. 67th minute, the old turf monster takes down Danny. And Morin on the counterattack here. The goal scorer for the Roots in the 56th minute will look to press onward. Centering ball, and the Roots want to run. It's a little 4-on-6 for them. But they'll hold up play a little bit, spill it out wide. You've got Smith over there in the area. Doesn't get to him. Good cutoff there by Ryan. And he's going to feed this one out here. Over the top to Fontenot. And this one will be going through. And a nice little hold up. There's Stewart. He's got Blankenship close, or he's got Perez coming in late on the back post. And this one's deflected out of play, out for a TSC corner kick.
Once again, Fontenot showing that strategy in his play, not going crazy, not just bolting for goal, waiting for someone to be there to provide him with some backup, playing like a team. You love to see it.
There you go. If you want to sound soccer,
what do I say?
You say he's got some good hold-up play.
Oh, hold up. Okay.
Very
all
soccer.
Right. I'm going to be a professional if it kills us.
There you go. Service coming from Stewart. Screamer going back post. Chambers going after that one.
Too far.
And it'll be out for a goal kick. And so it'll be Burton here, the keeper for Florida Roots, to get things rolling once again. And this is a level pegging. Of course, gang, we're talking table talk this time of year, now that we're 4 matches into it, over a quarter of the way through the season. TSC sitting on 2 points, currently in 6th. If they're looking to be a playoff team, this is a game that you pencil in win. 3 points. And so right now, of course, this favors the Roots. So we imagine TSC, of course, still plenty of time, 20 minutes and change. We'll try to have a go at this one. I mean, we could see an aggressive player, and you talk about one who's able to jumpstart an offense. Bennett Mitchell standing by midfield. You also have Corey Davis listed on the active roster here, number 17, and he is an absolute beast and can really wreak havoc on the offensive ends. So still a couple options for Coach Bruno to work with. So here comes Bennett Mitchell, of course, former Lincoln man. He'll take out Cousins, or he'll give the armband to Cousins Sai. Of course,
speaking of Lions,
when Peralta came off the field, gave the armband to him.
And we got the huddle.
So here comes the break of the corner kick. 70th minute here for the Roots. Centering ball. Able to get it back on the right foot, and that's Bourne, who will dunk it in for PCB. Win the header. Secondary ball for Bourne. Able to get in there, and just like that, TSC's conceded the last 2, and the visitors from Panama City currently with the advantage here in the 70th minute, thanks to the goal by David Bourne, the all-region defender from last year.
Chambers is having a moment. I think he's all of us. He is very visibly frustrated, a lot of gesticulating. We feel you, buddy.
And that's a man marking. And as the center back, who, of course, does a lot of facilitating on those corner kicks, it seems like a miscommunication because that's a double service. That's intentional. You want to send it long, and they're looking to head it back against the grain where they have somebody getting, and then Bourne, 3-4 yards from goal, unmarked, dunks it in. So understandably frustrated is Chambers here. But let's see how TSC responds and able to get it, because this is kind of reminiscent of the Pensacola game, correct? 70th minute or so, down by one.
Still on it.
Able to get an opportunity to try to bounce back. Robbins-Pierre is going to spill this one out here for Geyer. It's so weird seeing Geyer on defense, knowing that he's such a prolific goal scorer.
But he's doing amazing.
Absolutely. Threaded through Perez. He's got Fontenot towards the center.
Look at that teamwork.
And this one gets through. It looks like Bennett Mitchell. Blankenship will give back to Perez, and it looks like offside on the near side. But first little touches here from Mitchell.
Ted Lasso said, I'll know offsides when I see it, and I still don't know it.
That was a handball. The youngster can't get away with that one. So it's Blankenship and Fontenot up top. And then you look at the next wave of the attack here. It's Ryan, Bennett, Danny, Perez. Bennett Mitchell, of course. And then you have Drew. And then your back line, Ethan Stewart, Jack Chambers, Sans Robbins-Pierre, Andrew Geyer, and, of course, Bosco still in goal. So a number of substitutions since the way we started here for TSC, as we're now 72nd minute, spilling back into the defensive half. Florida Roots in possession now, looking to cycle it around the back line. Bissinger tried to thread it through, but Geyer's head will punch it forward, but out of play here for TSC. So it'll be a Roots throw-in. And Bissinger in absolutely no rush to go get this one. Of course, with the advantage, here the visitors will try to waste as much time as possible. Of course, 18 minutes on the clock, but realistically, we've probably got about 4 minutes of stoppage time at this point. So you're looking at about 22 minutes of game time. And it looks like last touched here by the Roots. Bushmeister, the last one to touch it, says the man in the middle. Wearing blue today, which are the referees. So Geyer will look to take the throw in. Drops it back to Chambers. He's in the defending third here. He's going to be pressured by Ricardo Smith. Chambers will pivot out of it. Hounded by Smith from behind. And he's dropped there about 40 yards from goal. And so it'll be a free kick for TSC. Wanting to go quickly. Threading it through here to Mitchell on the left-hand side. And the old turf monster takes down B-Mitch. And looking to spring the counterattack are the Roots. And it's Gabo spring it through. But good slide there by Perez. And that's going to be a handball on Blankenship. Free kick back to the visitors.
If anyone is listening from the stands and you can do a wellness check on my husband, he's a very handsome man wearing a gray Battle Lions members shirt and probably yelling in displeasure. Make sure he doesn't have a heart attack. Thank you.
There you go. There you go. Always got to check in, right? Oh, yeah. Drop it back to the back line to Chambers here, looking to jumpstart the operation. Spilled on out to Stewart. Threads it through to Fontenot. Here, TSC in the attacking half of the field. Back to Ryan Dawn over the top, looking for Ethan Stewart. About 15 yards from goal. It'll be a TSC throw-in over on the far side in front of the visitors' locker room. So Stewart will give way to Bennett Mitchell. 2 Battle Lions in the box. 3, excuse me. They're looking for Blankenship. Oh, bike centering ball. Can't get to Perez, and it'll be one back by the Roots. They'll look to clear. And a swirling ball. Mitchell trying to collect this one about 30 yards from goal, but the Roots able to escape and thread it over the top. They're just trying to dump it down. Looks like a hockey play almost on the perimeter here for Smith. But the fleet-footed Chamber is able to recover well.
Look at Chambers taking on that level of an athlete and absolutely smoking him.
There you go. There you go. These TSC boys, some grinders out here. 75th minute of action. TSC trailing by 1 here late. And a nice little dummy ball gets to the outside here for the Roots. Service coming centrally. Smith with a flick on it, and you cannot leave him alone in the box. Burned us a couple times last year, once with a goal, once with an assist on the road out in Panama City. And 75th minute.
I think we're going to have a water break.
Here is they want to take a stoppage. So we hadn't had one all season, but they're going to double the delight here on the water breaks as we want to take another stoppage here. 75 and change, and the visitors from Panama City up by 1. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break, come back on the other side. We've got 15 minutes and change left here from Gene Cox Stadium. Bum, bum, bum.
Petition to call water breaks Fitzgerald.
I'm going to take a All right, and we're back here from Gene Cox Stadium. Of course, the second half underway here for TSC. Just getting out of the water break here. Bosco with a goal kick will get us rolling once again. Flicked on over the top by Mitchell, and that is right. TSC currently trailing by 1 to the Florida Roots in the 4th ever match between these two
Get it, baby.
teams.
Look at that.
Centering ball
Look
from
at that.
Mitchell. Blankenship tries to dunk it in near post, but a little too close. Will be out for a goal kick here for the Roots. Minute 77, and once again the clock is a friend of the visitors. Square ball here as we cascade into minute 78.
And I know we're down, but I really feel like the score does not reflect the effort that we've seen here tonight.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh.
The dangerous and sometimes cruel way of the scoreboard here on the soccer field. A lot of times it does not dictate the level of play, but the Roots been able to capitalize on very few opportunities. So TSC down the stretch, you say bare minimum need 1, realistically probably need 2, gonna need to get the full 3 points if this is a team who wants to set themselves up with playoff positions, because gang, in just 2 weeks' time, they have an absolute brutal stretch in the schedule. 8 days, 3 road games, going out to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, over to Jacksonville, and out to New Orleans. All 3 on the road, all within 8 calendar days.
Brutal.
Overlapping run coming here, through ball, looking for Bennett Mitchell. And this one's twisting over the visitors' locker room. There, and almost hit, and did hit one of the visiting players' automobiles over on the far side.
I did not have that on the bingo card.
There you go.
Let's add it.
There you go. 79th minute, TSC, great opportunity here. Set play, corner on the far side. This is going to be Mitchell, right-footed in-swinger on the way. 5 Battle Lions. Now Ravenspear makes 6 inside the box. Oh, going back post about 7 yards out. Only Roots in the area here off of that corner kick. Chambers looking to take the throw in here. He wants to go long, looking for Ravenspear. And a screamer on the ground here by Drew Daunt. This one gets eaten up by the last line of the defense here for the Roots. Doesn't have a chance to get to Burton, but you feel the intensity picking up here. This is your desperate times. TSC realistically needing 2 here in the final 11-plus minutes. Mitchell, centering throw, looking for Fontenot. This one's dumped back to Stewart and played on back to Drew Daunt, on around to Geyer here near side with those shiny red cleats. Nice little move, a hesitation. Stewart going to spill it over the top to Blankenship. Great little flick on the perimeter. And Ryan Daunt trying to get on top of it. Perez will chest this one down. Spiraling twist off the outside of the foot for Ravenspear. He'll win the ball looking for Bennett Mitchell, who gets caught in between a couple bodies here for the Roots. Vidal with a nice little cut centrally, service over the top. So an opportunity now for the Roots to counter if they want it. It's a 3-on-4 if they can get through, but a good defensive effort there by Ethan Stewart. Spilled out wide here. I believe his last touch by TSC, but Vidal will look to control and keep it in play here for Florida Roots. Spilled on out to the perimeter, trying to thread it through, looking for Ricardo Smith.
Fighting Chambers again.
There you go.
Epic battle. Chambers is holding his own against that guy.
There you go.
Proud of
81st
him.
minute.
He's doing a good job against them.
And interesting tactically, right? Because you want your big man, your physical presence. You want him, and his strength, as we've seen in the past, is back to goal. You don't want him. He's not the same player as like a Cousin Sai, a speedster.
He's
you
not
want
running.
on the
He's
perimeter.
not sprinting.
You want him to get him to the interior and distribute. And here comes, speaking of Cousin Sai, trying to get through. Bourne, a good sliding tackle here. But they continue to play him wide for Smith, and it's a little puzzling to me seeing his successes in the past against us, going back to goal in the center. But we'll see. We shall see. Through ball, Vidal. There's Rabins-Pierre. Good little cutoff here for the center back. And over to Perez. He's got Mitchell on the outside. Gives it to him, cutting back against the grain. Mitchell looking for some service. It's not there, so he'll tuck it down, thread it through to Blankenship. Turn on the ball here, about 30 yards from goal. Nice little hesitation. He's hounded on the far side and taken away here by the Roots. Mitchell tries to cut it off here, 82nd minute. And the Roots can either go full-fledged counterattack or try to run some clock here. Saunter forward into the attacking third, do the visitors from Panama City. Tried a little step over. Ethan Stewart up to the task. Service coming centrally, and this is where Smith is dangerous, right? Back to goal, but they're able to clear out position. Fontenot coming back towards it. And the Roots dropping 6 right now. It's a tough number to attack here, but getting it through to Mitchell. He's got Blankenship cutting towards him if he wants to feed him down at the 18, but he's going to go back towards the center of the field. Looking for Fontenot. Puts it on his right foot. And does it catch Bourne? No, they say it gets through clean.
I feel like that went off a Roots guy, but you know, even though like obviously our guys are reaching the end of the match, really are probably desperate to score another goal, that desperation and drive has not made them play recklessly, which is good to see. They're still, looks like, sticking with playing good ball, waiting for, you know, support from their other teammates to be there, good ground control. Even though, you know, we're not winning right now, which I don't like at all, they are still playing really well, really hard, and they're playing really smart. So
absolutely. An opportunity. These are all things feeding the process, right? Because it's not over yet. They can still bag too. We've seen some crazy things. Couple goals, couple minutes. It's very doable. As Rabins-Pierre is going to come step out at this one. The visitors want a handball. Tried to go over the top. Direct. Trying to look for Blankenship, but it's going to be sought out here.
Rabins-Pierre again. He is staying on top of it.
Tried to usher it out to Drew. We're getting a score out-of-town update. New Orleans takes the lead over Jacksonville.
Ooh.
Jesters currently up 1-0. Of course, entering the day, New Orleans 4th in the table. Jacksonville, as we know, the top dog. It's currently sitting at first place in the Gulf Coast Conference table. 84th minute of action. Cycle back around. Marin Ladalvi getting some touches here for the Roots. On back to Bourne. Cycled around all the way around the field. And the Roots being able to hold a little bit. A little more intent on running some clock, keeping some possession, playing the old keep away. Looks like we have a substitution pending here on the near side. Here for TSC. This one's going to be spilled out. And a little bit of a counterattack brewing here. It's 4-on-5. At least it was. Danny Perez getting back in position here. And a prodding effort by the Roots. Drew Daunt slide. Able to get the ball. Secondary slide out of play for the aggressive Drew Daunt. Back in, getting some good minutes. Logged a lot of good minutes before suffering a tough injury last year with a back line that was absolutely wrecked by injuries. Bennett Mitchell, Mike Zamora, Drew Daunt, all suffering big injuries along the way, all playing the same position of the outside back. And a substitution coming here. This is somebody we don't have on our roster.
Oh, I get to make something up for the home team?
I believe it's...
Fun fact, our roster is online.
Right, they put it up, but number 20, obviously Mateus woke up sick this morning, so he was a late scratch. So this is his replacement. Is that Fussell, number 20?
You'll keep on Smith.
Here's Smith, and it's
Ooh.
over the end line, so this will be a goal kick here for TSC. 86th minute, though. Urgent times here for TSC. Need to get at least one. Realistically, probably need two to stay in this playoff hunt here early for match day 5 of what is going to be a 12-game regular season. Centering ball to Mitchell, to Perez. Cycle back around to Stewart. See if he tries to serve. He'll keep it on the ground to our new substitute here for TSC. There you go. Taken away by the Roots and intent on running some clock all the way back to Burton.
The keeper. Ugh.
Funnels out to the outside here. Perez now giving chase, trying to apply some pressure. And this is a dangerous time here for TSC because your main objective, get the ball back as soon as possible. Try to launch a counterattack. But if you're lunging after it, you can be caught out of possession, leaving yourself susceptible to the counter. The Roots don't look very intent on going after it. They're just trying to possess. And really kind of the first spell the last couple minutes here that they've tried to do so. As they're cleared out here by Chambers. One back by Perez on the secondary ball. Tries to thread it through.
Nobody home.
And it goes all the way through there. Back to Burton inside the box, and he'll scoop it up. 87th minute of action. So still 1-0 out. New Orleans, of course, they're an hour behind us. 4 minutes of stoppage time coming for them in this match in the first half. Of course, the updates out there from New Orleans. Heavy shoulder on Mitchell. It'll be launched out of play, but a TSC throw in 88th minute. An opportunity for TSC.
Let's get a leveler at least. Let's level it out. There's still time. There's still a chance.
The throw in coming here. Mitchell lowers the laces about 6 inches wide of the near post. And a laser, but just wide.
Beautiful attempt, though.
Oof. Of course, TSC continuing to generate opportunities, but still that one lone 26th-minute goal here for Cousin Cy. Hanging on here for TSC as they try to punch forward and establish an equalizer here. Substitution coming in for the Roots. Premier into the ball game. Number 4, looks like he's coming in for number 8 of the Roots. So Premier getting his first couple minutes. 89th minute of action. Probably going to get not too much, but probably about 3-4 minutes of stoppage time as Drew lets this one go out of play. Quick throw in now. Hits Mitchell. Centering ball to Blankenship. He's got Fontenot, and then on the far side is well spilling out. TSC trying to maintain possession. Fontenot in the box, no help over there on the far side, but luckily TSC able to come away with a throw in.
That was a pretty heavy contact, intense battle they had going on there.
There you go. Some reinforcements coming. Geyer, 7-man offensive here, or excuse me, 8-man offensive here for TSC. At the 89th minute of action going for your Battle Lions. Chambers will blast it into the grandstand here on the near western side of the stadium, and it'll be out for a Roots throw-in as Radman's-Pierre takes a tumble to the turf and asks the referee for a hand there.
John Batiste Lamongo is number 20.
There you go. So good bit of research. Thanks, Joe, for scooping that up. So Baptiste Lamongo, want to make sure we give him credit.
And yellow card to Panama City.
I believe that was for hold-up time wasting for the layman's term. As this one spilled out, Radman's-Pierre. And so every throw-in is an opportunity for the Roots to waste a little time. That's the cheap objective, right? For them, they want to make this game as short as possible. 90th minute of action now. Substitution pending here for the Roots. Substitutions are also a good way to run clock. Oldest game in the book. Of course, here at the NPSL level, able to make 7 substitutions. They're a little more strict here in the higher classifications of the U.S. soccer pyramid, but you can play all 18 men on the roster if you elect to do so. Into the ball game here for the Roots. Jim Smith, evidently. We did not have him on our roster. 91st minute here for TSC. Desperation time.
Lots of talking on the field.
Here for the Battle Lions. And this is one, of course, got to get over there and try to break this up. The Roots trying to potentially play this one short, see how much clock they can run. They played into Smith, and he's going to try to keep possession there. And Rabbins-Pierre poke it free. 91st minute. TSC needing an offensive spurt. The Roots doing a great job of keeping possession and just not allowing TSC any opportunity to get a consistent attack going here in the latter stages of the second half, ever since they got that second goal, really. After the 70th minute, TSC, a couple of good spells, but keeping them out of the danger zone. Let's see if TSC has some late magic, at least to get some positives here from this as far as the table is concerned. Trying to get a point here as this one spilled out of play for a Roots throw. 92nd minute now. And the Roots in no rush. Baptiste Lamongo doing a great job of spoon-feeding the throw-in, which you will need to do at this juncture. And there you go. Smith just going to go to the corner, try to waste some time. Great play by Stewart to play it off of Smith's body. Chambers, big throw to get us rolling here. Flicked onward. Centering ball here. Drew Daunt will collect here. He's taken down. And there may be a card. Yep, that's going to be unsporting conduct there. And so this will add a little stoppage time, hopefully, as we get into the 3rd minute of stoppage time here from Gene Cox Stadium. TSC still down 1. This is an opportunity. You know, we know Bosco is probably going to come up and take this one. He's going to want to send it. Chambers going to go ahead, doesn't want to waste any time. Towering ball, tries to get it up to the front line, looking for Fontenot. Second ball won by Perez. Off of the back line to Stewart. Poke free. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. It's a 2-on-4, tracking back, trying to spin out of contact, and yep, looks like Stewart will get a card. So the the cards are flying here.
Everything we said earlier, we've been proven wrong.
Yep.
Never fails.
There you go. There you go. So another player in the book here for TSC as a card-happy second half continues here from the capital of the Sunshine State. Another substitution.
Still only 3 cards total?
3, there's been some more. I think we're probably more in the area of 5. Yep, Joe's holding up the old 5 sign here. They caught a couple in rapid succession.
That's right. There was the double. There was that double.
There was the double on one.
Yeah.
4th minute of stoppage time now. And the Roots trying to milk this one once again. Bradley getting ready to come in. Taylor Bradley, of course, a big local high school product here for the Roots.
Is parking the bus a thing in soccer?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. McKettrick will take a seat. He was the man who burned TSC twice over in Panama City. Of course, no goals for him tonight, but 2 of his buddies have put a couple home. As Baptiste Lamongo on the attack here, threads it through to Mitchell. Nice little cutback against the grain. And a hold-up penalty. They got to go. Need some urgency. Got to go. Everybody forward. Chambers or Bosco has got to take the kick, and everybody else has got to get up there. You can't worry about conceding now. You got to get one. 5th minute of stoppage time.
Everybody up.
About 10 yards deep in their own half. Service from Chambers. He's looking to go back post with Lamongo getting ahead to it, but up to the task is Burton here in the 5th minute of stoppage time, and the referee looks ready, and Burton, a really belabored effort to get up after that one. The keeper in no rush. The name of the game here for the visitors is what they want to do. Towering blast there for Burton.
You know it's strategy.
Absolutely.
They're doing the right thing from a strategic point.
Frustrating from this side.
Very frustrating when you are a biased commentator like
there you
myself.
Go. There you go. Once again, a proud hometown radio broadcast here on 93.3 Real Talk Radio and TLHsoccer.com. Here, Adrian Couch, Joe Ward, James Ward, Andrew Jute bringing you the action here tonight on a beautiful Tallahassee summer day. So here's Baptiste Lamongo with a little hold up here on the far side. Try to thread it through to Stewart. Gets through to Perez.
Get it, baby.
A heavy one centrally. Second ball. Able to be dispelled by the Roots here. Ravens-Pierre able to track this one back. He's first on the scene. And he's got a little bit of adventure to him. He's got some touch. He can go forward a little bit.
And Ravens-Pierre, I think that I've seen him recover so many balls from, going into Roots' possession. He's been a very good defensive player this evening.
Baptiste Lamongo. And this one will be hold up, and 6 minutes deep at stoppage time, and that's all she wrote. 2 games against the Roots and 0 points. A brutal final result for Tallahassee, who controlled the majority of this game here. Fall 2-1 to the visitors from Panama City. A really tough one to swallow here at home.
We were so hopeful, Joe. We were so hopeful.
So hopeful indeed. So 2 points through 5 matches, TSC. Unfortunate. It doesn't matter how many opportunities you get. It's about how many opportunities you're able to cash in. The Roots didn't have many, but they took 2 to the bank. And a couple deposits here on a Saturday night for the Florida Roots. And for a team who is sitting in 3rd place, they've got an opportunity to leap forward depending on what the rest of the league does. Scoring update from out of town. Jesters and Jacksonville tied 1-1 at the break.